hung a left so I could get into the back streets again. Found this little shrine with this theater or whatever it is platform in the middle. Reverential statue of a bull. Look at those gnarly roots. A couple of murals that I saw underneath this apartment house. They look like they're painted on, but I can't be positive. I'm pretty sure. I can't imagine the expenditure of effort necessary to do this as tile work. Here's the inside garden area, if you will, of this otherwise drab apartment unit. I just thought it was interesting. Up there a guy has what looks like an observatory. Well, this looks like a little Japanese garden made out of small plants or weeds and moss. A little China boutique shop. There's so many to choose from that I just bought what I wanted, so I got just one. Looking upriver, that's to the west of the Gion area. This side of the river looks more interesting. At least those houses do. It'd be kind of fun to live one of those places if you were going to live here at all. But it looks like a nice bike path. A bit of an interesting architecture behind all the spider webs of wire. I think I'll just start crisscrossing back and forth to and from the river and these side streets. These may well be shops, little restaurants that are open right now. May also be professionals in the sense of architects, antique shop, artists. And maybe, just maybe, some of this alludes to the past. Tories sitting on the sidewalk in this alley. This looks like an impressive, important street, so maybe it is. Like Gion Street. I think I'll go back down the alley and then come back down. It may also be that this little street opens up at night. Maybe performances of some sort here. The waterway through this area. The street I looked at a moment ago that's attracting so many tourists and looks like it's so nice. That may be. Pretty waterway down through here. That's the street I just walked down. There's a news team down here, at least somebody with a pretty heavy-duty video camera. It's a pretty street that seems to be attracting considerable attention. Lots of greenery and this little stream running down here. Is this the way it might have looked? I don't know. The guy Jing posing in a kimono. Now, those would be lovely offices up there, wouldn't they? Waiting for an architect or an artist or somebody. Apparently the monument of Kanikakuni. A poem written in 1910. Dining area for a restaurant. It's a lovely place for a home, frankly. Some of these businesses have put in their own little bridge. Kyoto Gion Udon Museum. Well, I don't know where I am, but it must be somewhere. And apparently there's a homeless person's hangout. I guess. It's an interesting old building, whatever it is. Maybe a hotel, I can't tell. But it looks either Spanish or South America. With a dome like that, you'd think it would be Christian. Pretty little balcony up there. Lovely walkway alongside the river, but up high. So once on the train, I got on a Shijo, and then you follow your route here by looking at the stations, the boxes, Kyoto. Now we're at Gion Udon, and then it will confirm that on the station so that I get off. So the next station is the one I want, which is Sanjo. And this is the ticket I bought when I got on a Shijo. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. The sign here confirms that I'm at Sanjo, where I want to exit out of this train area. I'm looking for the subway. She said there would only be one. So when I first got my ticket and got on, I put this ticket in this little slot right where he put his. And when I exit, I do the same thing. That confirms my deal. Now, you're supposed to go, this thing will click up a sound, it won't open up, and then this man here will ask you, where's your money? And then you'll have to give him a little bit more money to accommodate for the extra distance you went beyond the ticket that you bought. I know I'm taking the subway. She said I'd only be taking one subway, and there's only one that I can find, so I assume it's this one. That's the way I'm going. Looking at my other map, where I am now is at Shijo Station, which is right there, and I'm going to go to the right over to Keage Station. And notice the map confirms that I'll be on the subway Tozai line. The underground will take me to the Tozai subway station. So two different stations, but interconnected and connected with those signs. I don't know now is which direction do I need to go on this subway, but hopefully it will tell me. Okay, so here are a couple options. All I've got to do is figure out which one it is. Coming through a subway ticket kiosk, which is right here. So now all I got to do is figure out where I'm going and how to pay for it. It's pretty easy. I looked up here and immediately saw in English this station. So that gives you a clue. And then the station I'm going to is right there, Keage 09. Notice that they're numbered also. And with a T and in a red circle, which all identifies the Tozai line. So it's going to cost me, I think, $2.10. And what I can't decipher is that it gives me two prices, $2.10 and $1.10. But $1.10 is related to the red, which should be the Tozai line, so I'm going to put that in. If I'm wrong, when I put my ticket in at the end of my ride, it'll stop me and have to pay me. There's nothing on this machine in English. So what I'm going to do is put in 130 and basically see what happens. If I look more closely, I do see some English. Card, off-peak, subway, guidance, English. Oh, okay, good. So there we are. There is English. And there's the instructions. So the problem I had, I kept putting in 110, or enough for 110, and it kept not giving me a number that I could choose for a fare. And the reason is that this is actually 210. So there is no, I don't know what the difference between 210 and 110 is, unless the 110 is for a child. Anyway, it's 210, then it all worked fine. Now I have my ticket. This time there's no English at all. Signs that tell me 1 or 2, but he said number 2, and so I'm just going to follow it down here. When I get to the bottom, I should run into the standard left side, right side, one's a 1, one's a 2. Okay, here we are at number 2. In my reckoning, I got 1, 2, 3 stations before we stop. In other words, we'll stop at the 3rd next station. I'll check my progress by looking at Shijo Station, Higashi Station, and then the next one should be Keage Station. That'll confirm my thinking's correct. Now notice that this signage shows white to the left. That's because it's not going that way. It's only starting at this station and moving to the opposite configuration on the other side. The wishbone is white and the rest of it is. Since we started at Shijo Gion Station, we just stopped at Higashiyama, and the next one should be Keage. And it should be number 9. We are at Keage Station, and here is a Keage Station information board if we needed it. And I'm not bright enough to know if I need it. I have a doubt about the Japanese getting taller, just like everywhere else in the world.